Hey everyone, it's Rihanna and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be doing a why you should watch video on A Quiet Place, which is the new film directed by John Krasinski. A Quiet Place is a horror thriller film that follows a family trying to survive in a world that has been taken over by these blind monsters that will attack at any form of sound. This film was one of my most anticipated films of 2018 and I can tell you now I was not disappointed in the slightest at this film, and I am here to tell you why you need to go out, get to cinemas and support this horror film. So reason number one you should see A Quiet Place is that it's actually a smart horror film. It takes its concept and it executes it beautifully. This is such a brilliant and clever idea for a horror film. It's not one of those really forgettable horror films with cheesy characters, bad dialogue, and just terrible jump scares. This has been thoroughly thought out. A Quiet Place has so many details the audience need to focus on. It has brilliant exposition, considering that none of these people talk in the film for most of the duration. The film needs to tell you what has been going on without verbalizing it, and obviously John Krasinski and the rest of the writers were geniuses and figured that out through the visuals. This is one of those films where there is obviously a threat, but you don't really know much about the threat. You don't know where it comes from, you don't know what it wants, but the threat is truly there. That's how well this film is written. You don't know anything about the threat, but you know you want the threat to die. Yeah, there's jump scares in it. It's a horror film, what do you expect? But most of the time I was on the edge of my seat about to have a heart attack from this film. It really thinks its way through being a horror film, as well as being a thriller film, a sci-fi film, and in some ways, a drama film. A Quiet Place is told the way a story is supposed to be told, and it immerses the audience the way that they are supposed to be immersed in this world. It's a completely clever, genius horror film. Reason number two you should see A Quiet Place is for the acting. Here we have stars such as John Krasinski, who also directed the film, and Emily Blunt, who play a married couple, and the only other two characters we have in this film are their daughter and their son, and their daughter is actually deaf and is played by a deaf actress, so they only communicate through sign language, which I guess is good for them since they can't make any sound. But the fact that they can't make any sound and they're just so frustrated and isolated from everything, you can just see these actors feel the utmost frustration, wanting to scream and wanting to communicate. It's just so well done, especially by the child actors here. They were fantastic, especially the girl who plays the daughter. She was phenomenal. And holy shit, can I just say, Emily Blunt deserves every single Oscar going. This woman, if you've seen the trailer, has to give birth quietly while being hunted by monsters. Like, she did that. I don't know how, but she did it. Holy Christ, like these actors, I swear to God, the acting is incredible. It really sucks you into the story. Reason number three you should see A Quiet Place is the tension. As I said, on the edge of your seat, about to have a heart attack tension. That's how I felt all the way through A Quiet Place. And this is a 90-minute film. That's a long time to feel like you're gonna have a heart attack. A Quiet Place sets its standards so high from the first 10 minutes of the film, you think it's all gonna go downhill. It doesn't. It keeps going up and up and up. Just keeps going. The film does this really clever thing where it tells you what's gonna happen to the characters before the characters know what's gonna happen to them, and that puts real pressure on an audience member because you just want to scream at them, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And obviously they do it, and A Quiet Place does that fantastically. Like, I was wanting to scream at these characters. As I said, this film is 90 minutes long, pretty short for a standard film these days, but it is paced perfectly well. In the beginning of the story, it feeds you just enough that you want to keep watching, and then it kind of slows it down from there, and then it basically hits you like a ton of bricks. When the film finished, I actually thought to myself that is one of the most satisfying films I've watched in a long time, not just horror film, but film in general. The way that it's all pieced together, the way that it ends, it just felt so right for it to end at that time and for the story to be complete there. I never felt bored watching A Quiet Place, and that's because it's just so freaking intense. And my fourth and final reason you should watch A Quiet Place is that it's more than just a horror film. When you take away the fact that this family has been hunted down by blind Demogorgon looking things there's actually still a story to be told. The way that the film portrays the family dynamic and the relationship between the characters is beautifully done. It got me a lot emotionally throughout the film, to be honest. There is a lot of sort of separation between the father and the daughter in this family. There isn't a lot of trust going on. But throughout the film you see so much progression in these characters. So without the horror aspect of it, you still have a family story to tell. That's another reason I think this film is so clever, because it doesn't necessarily fall under one category. Even when there's scenes where there aren't the monster involved, you still want to know more about this family and their dynamic and how they're going to survive, because this family is insanely likeable and you want to root for them. And if those 4 things weren't enough to convince you to go see A Quiet Place, John Krasinski rocks a very impressive beard. It's just such a clever film. I really recommend you all go out and see it, support this indie film. If you're on the other side of this video and you have seen the film and you just wanted to know why I loved A Quiet Place so much, let me know down below in the comments what you thought of the film. As always, if you liked this video and want to see more like it, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing lots more videos for you guys very, very soon. All of my social media links are down below in the description if you want to come follow me. I'm at rhiannatoria on everything. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you very soon. Bye!